5 years from now, what do you want to be doing? Business-wise, personal?
I found when I first started doing, the short answer is exactly what I'm doing now. I love my life both professionally and personally, and Buffett once said, he was asked at one of the Berkshire annual meetings, how do you define success? And he said, if the people who should love you do love you, right? He didn't say make a lot of money or become famous or whatever, right? The people who should love you do love you. And I'm happy to say that every person in my life, I just got back this morning from a week in Kenya with my sister, my nephew, my parents who've retired over there. My sister works there. And my wife and my 3 daughters, knock on wood, all good. And so I'm surrounded by friends and family who I love and who love me, right? So that's the single most important thing. I don't want to screw up. And I just have such an interesting life and do so many fun, interesting things. One of the other reasons I do things like, traveling, I love to travel to far parts of the world. Just in the past, 6 weeks, I spent 2 weeks in Australia, a week in Kenya. And so travel is part of that adventure as well, and has risks that you want to mitigate as well. And then, doing the world's toughest mudder every year, sort of pushing myself physically. I sign up for various trail runs, Spartan Tough Mudder races. So I just have I've got a great life. And then professionally, when I started the newsletter business, I always thought I was going to miss not actually managing money, because I was a money manager for almost 18 years. And I find I don't miss it at all. I actually found it, looking back especially, extremely stressful having responsibility for other people's money. And it made me emotionally make bad decisions. The stress and the emotion of managing other people's money caused me to be more short-term oriented, and to make mistakes, to sell when I shouldn't have been selling, and to buy when I shouldn't have been buying, and so forth. So I actually think by letting my subscribers and my readers manage their own money, and then I can give them the best advice and stock ideas I can, but maintain a little bit of emotional distance. I'm not actually managing their money. Makes me a better investor and a better advisor than I was when I was actually running money. So, the beauty now with Empire Financial Research is my partners at Stansberry Research sort of handle all the logistical stuff, and I get to do 2 things. The investing side, meaning not actually investing the money, but coming up with good investment ideas, the whole process. I love that game. And then writing it up. And so those 2 things I've been doing for decades. I love it. I'm good at it. And all the other stuff about raising the money and the compliance and the legal and managing people and blah, 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 I've gotten that out of my life. So I get to do the 2 things that I love to do. And so I think I found my sweet spot. And so I hope to just, knock on wood, we can build this into a nice, sustainable, successful business over time. And all the outside stuff in my life, that I don't get myself killed climbing El Cap, and maintain good relationships with everyone in my life. And so, just keep doing what I'm doing is my hope in 5 years.
Well, it shows, because I think you have everything firing right in your life. It kind of comes out in your energy. And I think that makes total sense, that since you're not having to actually manage the money, you can actually have a lighter feel about it and be more objective.
Yeah, I can tell you, Neil, not every stock pick since we launched Empire Investment Report last April has worked out beautifully. We've had some big drawdowns on a couple are still in the red. Overall, the portfolio is doing very nicely, and we every monthly issue we list every single stock we've recommended, the date, the price, etc. So we're very accountable and transparent.
Love that.
But I do. So it's no fun when one of your favorite stocks is getting whacked. But I know the feeling now, which is, I'm unhappy about it, and I'm redoing my work and trying to figure out, is this an opportunity to buy more? Should I just sit tight? Or maybe I made a mistake, time to sell, right? Those are your only 3 options when a stock you own or recommend has gotten hammered. But I remember the exact same decisions I made when I was running a fund and managing other people's money. And I remember, I didn't even realize it at the time, but I remember how upsetting it was to me and how frazzled my brain was and how emotionally overwhelming, losing money for my investors was. And keep in mind, my investors were my parents, my in-laws, all my friends. So I took it very personally, and you can't invest successfully in a swirl of emotions and taking it all personally. It's very easy to say, hey, look, you got a portfolio of a dozen stocks. Some are going to be down. You're going to make a couple of mistakes, right? It's easy to say, but when you're actually managing people's money and you're losing their money, it can just pollute your brain and cause all sorts of mistakes. And so, now I feel it, and obviously I feel badly if one of the stocks I've recommended to my readers isn't doing well. But it isn't the same, I don't feel the same level of stress and pollution in my mind that's going to cause me to make bad decisions.
Yeah. Well, I've been super impressed with your investment reports. I love the transparency. And I'm also super excited for all my listeners and viewers to download this report that you're talking about with this inflection point,
Yes.
Autonomous and electric vehicles. It's going to be very interesting. Obviously, link below, londonreal.tv/invest. They can find all about your research. Whitney, please be safe on El Cap. I'm a little jealous. My wife is going to hate you now because I'm going to say, honey, maybe I should go try this.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Brian Rose, and I've just wrapped filming of an exclusive video with Whitney Tilson, the American investor, author, and founder of Empire Financial Research, about some exciting investment opportunities in the electric vehicle and autonomous driving space.
When revolutionary new technologies come along, they follow an S-curve like that. And I think we're in the very early, right about to hit that inflection point with both electric and autonomous vehicles in a way that, I could see in 10 years where more than half of all the cars sold will be both electric and pretty much self-driving, if not full level 5, certainly level 4.
Whitney has been called the prophet by CNBC because of his uncanny ability to predict the future with his investment advice. And our video will not be available on YouTube or anywhere else but the link below.
It's an incredibly exciting area, and I don't think people fully appreciate how quickly it's going to happen.
Look, we've all seen the massive moves in Tesla stock recently, and yet most of us missed it. But Whitney has 5 special investment ideas that the general public have never heard of that will allow you to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in the electric vehicle and autonomous driving space.
Think of the implications for auto insurance if computers are driving cars. Hopefully, almost 40,000 Americans die every year on the roads, and many, many more are injured.
The truth is, this sector is going to change everything, from energy to automotive to insurance, even saving hundreds of thousands of lives due to car accidents every single year. And because you are a London Real viewer, I've managed to get you free access to his groundbreaking special investment report through the link below.
We're rushing to finish our research and write it up and get it out because all the publicity with Tesla stock ripping is drawing attention to the whole sector, and we want to get our report out quickly so that our readers and subscribers can take advantage of some of the other stocks that investors haven't yet picked up on and haven't yet tripled, but we think have that kind of potential.
Whitney says that we should expect exponential growth in this sector, much like we saw with the introduction of the iPhone in 2007. Imagine being an investor in Apple back then. How much would you have made? So click on the link below or go to londonreal.tv/invest to watch our video and download your copy of this free report. Unfortunately, I've been limited to the number of people who can have access, so act now and get your free copy to take advantage of this incredible investment opportunity.